Hello everybody, welcome. This is Epsilon and today we are playing a game that I played way back when I started my channel. Recettear, an item shop's tale. This game is phenomenal. Not just because this game's good, which it is, it's super addicting. I have over 100 hours of it on Steam. But this game is basically the reason why Japanese developers started putting their games on Steam. I'm not going to go too far into that because that's like an entire video topic that people better than me have made videos on. So yeah. That being said, game is great. Highly recommend it. There's a demo on Steam. Go play it. Now Layden, Royal Ladybug, hello, welcome. Thanks for coming. Yes, this game is amazing. I love this game. It is one of my favorite indie games. It is also the best game in its category, in my opinion. I say this having only played like 3 games in this category of Item Shop Manager, but it does it the best. I don't know why nobody else has been able to surpass it, but they have not. This game's great. I love it. Anyway, I decided I wanted to play this game because I was like, I mentioned 2 weeks ago, I was reading up or I was studying up game development. And I was like, why not study this game? Which is one of the best games, or one of the best indie games that I've ever played. Extremely influential and everything. So I was like, yeah, we'll do this. So, let's see. Oh, for the love of, she's still asleep. Does she really not understand how important today is? Miasmic, hello, welcome. Thanks for coming. You tried the game but couldn't get into it? Oh, that's too bad. Too bad. At least you tried it, though. Make sure your game has a deadbeat dad. Yeah, I'll consider it. Can't eat another bite. But I can always find room for yummy candy. Wake up, please. Huh? Who? What? When's it? Oh dear, good morning. We do not have time for good morning, Recette. Are you planning on spending the rest of your life dreaming of sweets? Today is the day we set for opening the store. Huh? We did? Oh yeah, we did. Of all the... Listen, go wash your face and make yourself presentable. And then join me downstairs in the storefront. Okay, I'll be right down. Sorry to keep you waiting. Okay, Tyr, let's open the shop right now. Capitalism ho! The theme, not the theme, but the catchphrase of the game. Patience, Recette. It is a virtue you'll need. We need to take care of a few matters before we open officially. Huh? Like what? Well, I somehow doubt that a store without anything to sell is going to attract all that much business. Oh yeah, we don't have anything to sell. So, what do we do? To start with, we need to establish a stock of items for the store. We have nothing to sell. We cannot claim to be much of a shop. That's true, So, where should we go get stocked up? The best way, I think, would be to either visit the town market or the merchant's guild. We need to give our regards to the head of the guild regardless, so that should probably be our first stop. Oh, that place run by that old guy, right? The guild operates as a wholesaler for local merchants. So if we stop by, we could purchase an initial stock. It would not hurt to give our polite regards to the guild chief either. Especially since the guild is the organization that allows us to operate here in the first place. Okay, got it. Now let's go, right now. When you want to leave the shop, head to the front door currently located in the upper right-hand corner of the store. Yeah, currently. That's some foreshadowing right there. Oh, I wanted to leap through the window like an action hero. To eternity and reset! Okay. That was supposed to be like a Buzz Lightyear reference, right? anyway. Wait, how do you save? And okay, it's the escape button. Game is old. It's like, what, 16 years old? It still holds up, though. Hello. A girl and a fairy. You two are... Ah, yes, you're Recettear and that loan shark. Well, that is not, well, an incorrect assessment. Could I ask that you refrain from calling me a loan shark? That's right, mister. She and I are partners. Don't be mean. Forgive me, forgive me. Partners it is. So, how are the preparations for running that shop coming along? Quite well, thank you. In fact, we plan on opening today, so we stopped by in order to show our gratitude for your help. Ha, very good. You two know what's what. If you have any problems, let me know. I'll be glad to help. We appreciate your kindness, thank you. We appreciate your kindness, thank you very much. Not a problem at all. So, you came straight here to pick up some merchandise, right? Well, up to the counter you go then. Let's get you two sorted. This is our first time stocking up. Our funds are limited, so do not go completely overboard. I recommend purchasing no more than 10 items. I think I usually buy like 2 or 3. KO! So, in Recettear, you operate a shop affiliated with the Merchants Guild. You buy your items from the Merchants Guild at a lower price than what you sell them at in your shop. I actually don't remember the cheapest objects not having a unlimited quantity, but okay, I guess they do have a limited quantity. Yeah, I thought these this top tier always had unlimited, and the whatever's the most recent tier you've unlocked has a limitation on it. It's been a while since I played the game, but yeah. So, obviously, more expensive stuff is going to make you more money, but in this game, every customer type has a specific amount of money that they bring to your shop based off their trust level with you. They're not willing to spend that much money in your shop if you haven't proven yourself trustworthy. So instead of buying a whole bunch of like super expensive things, it is actually typically better to buy the cheaper things early on to build up your relationship with people, I guess. So I'm going to buy a couple of weapons. I don't really have enough money for much of anything, so let's get some armor as well. Do I have enough for anything else? I don't think so. Oh, hold on. Close. Right then, will that be all? Yep, this is perfect. We shall return when our stocks run low again. Haha, I'm looking forward to it. Here, a little something extra as a startup gift. Bread. Yay, walnut bread. Thanks a bunch. Alright, little lady, give them your all. Capitalism ho! Well, Adam Smith would be proud of us at any rate. Very well, it is time to give you the crash course on the basics of running an item shop. I already know how to do this though, so I might just skip this. Just tutorial section. So, Tira will say this right when I do this, but I'll go ahead and explain it. If you place an item right at the window, it basically tells passerbys what kind of items to expect in your shop. So it will attract certain, I guess, customers. So I will skip that. Typically, if you want to have higher, wealthier customers, you would want to put like more expensive stuff at the front of your shop. But if you want to like get a whole bunch of people in my experience, medicine, food, and books are the best for just like a general clientele. But since we're still early on, there's no reason to worry about that. So let's just go and stick everything here. Are you sure it doesn't look dumb? Do not worry. Everything looks good enough for a first attempt. Now, I need to teach you how to actually sell things. Please go sit at the counter. I already know how to do that, but I think the game does not let you skip this, does it? Oh yeah, it does. Awesome. And that is essentially how it goes. You are quite good for someone who has never done this before. We still have a little bit of time left today, so let's go ahead and open up the store proper. If anyone comes in, simply handle them in the way that we just practiced. Whoa, are you sure it'll be okay? Do not worry. As the saying goes, salesmanship is more of an art than it is a science. You learn as you go. Now then, I will open us up. Go on and sit at the counter. So, this very first, I guess, opening is scripted. You only get one customer, and she always buys the bread that you got from the Merchant Guild. And this is where the bulk of the game is. You have to try and maximize your profits without pissing off your customers and having them run out on you. There's also, as you can see at the bottom left, where's my cursor right here, a merchant level. The closer you get to how much the clientele wants to, rather, if you exactly charge them as much as they believe the value of the item is worth, you get extra experience to your merchant level. If you get like 1 or 2 away from it, you do get a bonus experience to your bonus experience points to how many you would typically get, but it's not that much. Unfortunately, it's not always set in stone as to what that amount is, so you just basically have to guess. So I'm gonna go with 106. Okay, I got near pin is what it said, so that meant that I was probably 1 or 2 gold off of what she actually wanted to pay for it. Congratulations, you did well. I sold stuff. Recette, I sold stuff. Like, to people. Capitalism. Oh, Desu. Hey, Tear. I'm so happy. I did it. Tear, I did it. Papa, I did it. Don't bring that man's. Well, it's not really his name, but whatever. Don't talk about that guy. That's how we started running an item shop. Oh, you're wondering why we started an item shop at all? Me when I find that bum. Yeah, I think I've only ever met him once playing this game. Because this game has 2 parts to it. You have the item shop management, which is the best in the genre. And then you have the dungeon crawling, which is not very good. It's kind of bad, actually, but, it's not bad until you get, like, a couple dungeons in, when the dungeons just get way too big. And each floor, it's like 50 rooms. That's terrible. Recettear. Flashback time. Let's see. Yep. But bigger equals better. The calendar says it's been 3 months since Papa left. See, bigger is better when it actually has substance to it. Bigger does not inherently mean substance, though. Unfortunately. I don't get why he suddenly said, I'm gonna be a hero, and then took off without saying when he'd be back. I really hope he's okay. I'm getting lonely. Well, I shouldn't worry too much about him. The best thing about him is how tough he is. He'll be okay. Huh? Papa wouldn't knock. Who is that? Yes? Who is it? The saying, wide as ocean, shallow as a puddle, or something like that. Yeah, that. There's nobody here. Wait, what? At my feet? You have wings. Why are you walking, Tear? Good evening. You are Mademoiselle Recette Lemongrass? Miss Theory? Pardon me, but I'm the one asking questions. Again, are you Recette Lemongrass? Yes, I'm Recette. My name is Tear. I am an agent of the Finance Company. Finance Company? I'm here to collect payment on a loan paid out to your father. Here is a contract and my identification. Loan repayment? In plainer terms, I am here to get our money back. If you are incapable of facilitating repayment, this house will be seized as collateral in order to repay the loan. Facilitating collateral? Huh? Seize? What? But Papa isn't... He's not here. Yes, I see that now. Monsieur Lemongrass disappeared following a fracas atop the local volcano, so we assumed he might have returned here. At least he tried, guys. He tried to go and slay a demon dragon thing. Even if he has not, however, the contract covers this eventuality. Covers this? Quite. As the sole remaining member of his household, we shall require that you pay his debts in his stead. What? How am I supposed to? I barely have enough money to live by myself. So maybe he isn't a bum after all. Oh, he's a bum, but he's a bum in a different manner. Naturally, we are not demanding it all be repaid at once. There is still a amount of time before any payment is due. Therefore, am I gonna get sold off in parts to distant, foreign lands to repay Papa's debts? I wonder if I can survive with only 2 internal organs. Maybe if I eat a lot of spinach, that can replace my blood and... Oh, but I don't want to be a sailor. What am I gonna do? I'm pretty sure that was both a Popeye reference and a Hayate the Combat Butler reference. Ahem. Please listen to me for a moment. I have no clue where you're getting these ludicrous ideas from, but I would never do such a thing. Quite the opposite, in fact. I was sent here to ensure that you wouldn't have to resort to such, well, absurd methods to pay us back. But, what? I have been sent to support you to the fullest of my ability so that you may repay the debt via labor. Popeye, damn, a blast from the past, I know, right? But I've never worked a single day in my life! Yeah, Rosette's actually the bum, guys. Experience has no bearing in this case. All that matters is whether or not you are willing to work. If you do not wish to work, then that is it. The house's terms. And I will have to ask you to leave the premises. As the saying goes, those who do not work do not eat. So, Miss Lemongrass, which will it be? Work or the house? She's a child. So yeah, it makes sense to be a bum-ass kid. She's a child with $1 million loan. I can't remember how much the actual loan is. I can't believe the father took up that much of a debt just for all the equipment that I guess he spent. Or purchased or whatever. I'm pretty sure none of the equipment would have cost that much. If he would have bought them from his daughter anyway. Splendid. But I don't even know what I could do. Game over. Actually, I have already thought of that front. You are aware, of course, that the city is an adventuring hub. In addition, this house faces out onto one of the many city lanes. Therefore, I propose converting the house into an item store. Bro got ripped off and scammed, maybe. I think so. Item store? What? Really? Rosette? Mademoiselle Lemongrass. I was only gone for a little while to do market research. Where could she have gone? I'm being silly. Of course she fled. Why would she not? All I did was threaten to take away everything she ever knew and loved. Asking her to turn the house into an item shop was foolish. Even if it was to repay the debts. The poor girl must be terribly confused. On top of that, her father is probably... Wait, outside? Yeah, why is there like a green field outside of her house? Supposed to be in the middle of a city. Yanus, it's done. Hey, Tear, look, it's done. What is that? It's our shop sign, of course. Doesn't it look cool? You can't be a shop without one of these, you know. Backyard, maybe? Yeah, I assume that's what it must be, but I'm like, it's still in the middle of a pretty big city, right? Is there really, like, yards for houses in the city? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe her house is just special. I've always been good at making stuff. Be that as it may, while the sign is nice, Huh? Is there a problem? Well, the name. You are quite sure you have thought that through? Recettear. Well, we're partners, right? You said so. You put Recette and Tear together in Recettear. Isn't it neat? Well, that is to say the sentiment is commendable, but it's the two of us opening the store. So the name should reflect that, right? You don't like it? Recette is adorable, guys. I love her. Really, it's not that, but, well, that's... And then it's decided! Recettear ho! Recettear. Mispronounce it even slightly, and... Recettear, racket. This job is going to be even more absurdly difficult than I originally suspected, I feared. I doubt Recette even knows what that word means. And so a fairy suddenly entered my life. One thing was for sure. This sure wasn't going to be dull. Protect, indeed. Protect Recette. Merde. How is it possible to sleep this much each day? How? Oops, I skipped the dialogue. I didn't mean to do that. Let's do the very best we can. Is there a, Nope, I don't want to do that. I don't know if there's like a way to go back in the dialogue, is there? Recette, wake up! Who's on first? Oh, Tear. Right, good morning. The clock does not have a good morning hand. Recette, you are the proprietor of an item shop now. You must learn to be responsible and not sleep the day away. Right. Why in the name of heaven are you smiling so much? That smile you had while sleeping is just getting bigger. Oh, no reason. I just think I saw something nice in my dreams. Tear, let's give it our all. Well, if you really are dedicated to making this work, wash yourself and meet me downstairs. Will do. Yes, wash yourself with all that running water that you apparently have in this universe. So, oh, more cutscenes, never mind. So, I have an item shop and stuff, and it's all cool and awesome. So, what do we do now? That is up to your judgment. If we sit at the counter, we can open immediately, or we can reorganize the shop, or we can even go and search for new stock around town or somewhere else. Well, Ladybug, great evening to you as well. Welcome. We are recettearing now. Yikes, that's a ton of options. How do I choose? It is as I said earlier, running a place like this is more of an art than it is something you can simply follow a map through. Simply pick something. We will deal with what comes. Well, okay. So, as y'all see up in the top left corner, there is a day cycle up here. There are 4 slices of a day. Opening up the store takes 1 slot, or 1 piece, or whatever, slice. Going to any of the markets, town squares, chapels, pubs, or merchants guild will take 1 slot when you come back. But if you don't go to one of these areas and just come back immediately, no time passes. But, slice of pie, yep. That is correct. There's 1 more section, and you can see that it's actually kind of like flashing up here. This is the Adventurers Guild. Coming here, I think, will use 1 period of time if you just enter it. But actually going to a dungeon takes 2 pieces of time. Right now, we are in the early morning. And early morning and late at night, you will receive fewer customers. These 2 pieces of time, or slices of time or whatever. That's the layout of the town. She has a backyard. Yeah, I was actually kind of thinking that her home is over here though, right? Or is this supposed to be one of her home somewhere over here? I don't know. But her home's supposed to be down here somewhere, and you can't really see it, though. But anyway. Early morning and late at night is the best time to stock up at the market and the Merchants Guild, in my opinion. Because these two periods of time are the best time to actually sell stuff. That being said, right now, let's go to the Adventurers Guild and show off the dungeoning section of this game. Say, what's this place? This is the Adventurers Guild. The guild manages expeditions to the various untamed wilderness areas or abandoned ruins near the city. The area is commonly referred to as dungeons. Without approval, adventurers cannot visit the dungeons. Oh, nuts. So we can't just go into a dungeon and pick up everything we see? If we could do that, we could sell everything we get at 100% profit. It is still a very good idea. A great many people have made fortunes that way. If you wish to do so, however, we must first hire an adventurer. Hire? Can I just pick anybody? The truth of the matter is a bit more complicated. Even if you pay them, few adventurers are willing to risk their lives simply for the benefit of a complete stranger. Oh, so they turn away people that they don't know very well. It's not like their lives are actually in any danger, though. Indeed. You should first get to know a few adventurers and build up a certain level of trust with them. If all goes well, they will give you a symbol of their guild membership. This usually takes the form of a card. With that in hand, we can bring an adventurer with us. So it's like they're inviting us to a dinner party. Well, dinner parties usually do not include blood-mad beasts attempting to rip you limb from limb. But the analogy does work somewhat. Right, so first I need to meet an adventurer. Which for us, should not be that difficult, yes? After all, we run an item shop, so we should get a few coming in as clients on a fairly regular basis. Oh yeah! Well then, I'll do my best to get a dinner invitation. Indeed. Just be careful that Recettear is not on the menu. Huh? Is something wrong? Well, that guy over there. Listen to me. If I can't work, I can't get the money. And if I can't get the money, I can't get the items. And if I can't get the items, apparently I can't work. Ah! Heaven. If I had a few things, I could at least visit the Hall of Trials. What does she mean by that? I wonder what's going on. He seems to be a rookie adventurer complaining about his inability to complete the required guild test. Test? Well, the guild hardly allows anyone in off the street. You can only work officially for the guild after passing a test. An item shop owner is hardly the only job with challenges. I have an idea. Huh? I do believe we have found our first victim. Wait, what do you mean by tier? Wait! Son of a... I burned what cash I had just getting to the city. If I can't get into the guild, I don't know what I'll even do for dinner money. Oh, I'm hungry. Great. Pardon me a moment. You there, adventurer with the seedy look. Who are you calling seedy? Well, you two would be... We are a pair of merchants who happen to be passing. Merchants. Oh, you heard me talking. Sorry, but I'm way too broke and seedy to buy anything. Believe me, I can tell by your seedy nature that attempting to sell anything would be a colossal waste of time. I don't remember Tyr being this sassy. Come on, Tyr, stop with the seedy already. He isn't a plant. So you two going to prune me or what here? Damn, I know, right? Would you like it if we came with you to the Hall of Trials? If you require equipment or items, we can provide them. I'd call you a pair of angels then, but why? Business, naturally. We help you pass the trial, you provide us with your card. Oh, I get it. We help Mr. Swordsman clear the dungeon, and then he gives us a card, a sign of our eternal friendship. Eternal friendship is rather irrelevant in this case. but it does work out neatly for all of us. What do you say? I see. You guys are pretty new to all this too, huh? Our offer, Mr. Swordsman. Yes or no? Alright then. Heck, I got nothing to lose. Well, aside from my precious life anyway. Yayifications! Glad to meet you two, I'm Recettear. Nice to meet you. I'm Tyr. Call me Louis. Louis the Swordsman. Good to meet ya. Yes, yes. Now then, we will begin all of the preparations for a dungeon visit, including a visit to the central market to pick up food and other restorative items. We will then return here for you when we are ready. Right, I'll be waiting here. So I didn't know this when I first played the game. In fact, I think it was probably one of my multiple playthroughs deep that the best way to heal yourself in dungeons is by eating food. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't realize that. I would clear dungeons without using any healing items because I didn't realize that you could use healing items. Like, I knew that they were potions, but again, I didn't really ever use them. Sounds like Rune Factory. So, dungeoning in this game is a series of procedurally generated dungeon layouts, or room layouts, or whatever. Unfortunately, it's not the best system in the game, or well, in gaming, I should say, but it serves its purpose early on. As I mentioned earlier, though, dungeons get way too big, or the floors get way too big. Also, while you can find items in the dungeon, for some reason, they made it so that you barely ever get items from chests. So this is the dungeon. Just so. Welcome to the jungle, as they say. You know, aren't we just going to hold Louis back here? I mean, I'm not a monster slayer. I'm scared. The two of us are perfectly safe. There is a protective field around the two of us. To the monsters, we may as well be invisible. Really? That's amazing. So Louis is perfectly safe too, then? Not quite. Why not? While in the field, we do not need to worry about monsters. But this is accomplished by making us virtually intangible to everything inside the place. We can directly manipulate nothing. Wait, we can't collect things? Why are we here then? That's why our adventurer remains outside the field. Oh, I see. He'll pick up stuff for us. Should our adventurer be injured, we can place him in the field and retreat. Since we must carry him back, however, we must take very little else with us. One item at most. So even if we run into trouble, we don't lose everything. But wait, I thought you said we can't. Yes, I will elaborate further if need be later. Naturally, if we get out safely, we can bring as much as our bags will allow us to carry. Cool. Wait, as much as our bags are allowed to carry? Well, our bags are not bottomless. If we run out of space, it will just be up to us to decide what we keep and discard. So the adventurer focuses on an adventure, while we keep track of what loot he should keep. I guess that makes sense. KOD, let's get to it. So yes, some interesting game design mechanics here that do tie into the the item shop management side. Your merchant level determines how many items you are going to be able to take with you out of dungeons. By default, oops, wrong button. By default, you can bring 20. As your merchant level increases, you'll be able to take, I think, up to 25 and then 30? Is that correct? And if you die, you can only take one item with you initially, but as you increase your merchant level, you'll be able to take up to 3, I believe. Now, that being said, leveling up your merchant level is very time-consuming. And most of these ingredients that monsters drop are not very good. You will typically use them for item crafting, but you need so many of them to actually make any use of them. So it's kind of annoying. Now, as y'all saw me, I passed by these blue slimes earlier. That is because y'all can see that I have a 6 chain right now on my screen. You get more experience for your adventurer by killing the same enemies over and over again. So each of your adventurers has different levels. And then your player, Recettear, has a merchant level. The merchant level increases by buying and selling things in the dungeon, or in the shop. And of course, your adventurer friends level up by fighting things in the dungeon. Now, right now, we only have access to Louis, but eventually, there will be more adventurers, and each of them has a different weapon style that they use. And oops, missed that one. But anyway, each of them has a different weapon style that they use, so each of them plays slightly different. Anyway, I'm gonna kill this guy, and now my chain's broken, so I don't get as much experience as I typically, or as I would have if these were all green slimes. I do like to kind of grind a little bit in the tutorial dungeon because there's fewer enemy types, so it's easier to clear off one type on the floor and then go back and kill the other ones on the floor. I think each of these floors adds a new enemy type, so now we have red slimes and green slimes. And blue slimes are only trap slimes, I believe. Now, I'm not sure if those blue slimes count at your, okay, yeah, it does destroy your... Oops. Yeah. So they do destroy or take away of your chain, but they don't give you a chain. Like, I knew they didn't give you a chain, but I wasn't sure about the, if they would actually get rid of your existing chain. Now, those blue slimes were a different type of slimes. It's only the ones that go in a circle that don't actually add to your chain for whatever reason. Anyway, I'm talking too much. Let's just go and, clear the dungeon, I guess. Oops, I got hit by that. Now, one thing I like about Louis is that he uses a shield. There are certain enemies that will throw projectiles at you. And if you're facing them when they throw that projectile, and you aren't in the middle of an attack animation, you will block that attack. So there's actually some really good game design, or good game, I guess, what's the word? There's some unique playstyles, I should say, depending on who you're adventuring with. It's a really interesting system. Unfortunately, as I have mentioned, dungeon crawling in this game is not the best. I think they made the dungeon crawling a little bit too grindy, basically. Either enemies do not drop enough items themselves, or the items you get out of your chest are almost always terrible. And yes, again, I would be getting more experience if I just stay committed to killing one enemy type and then going and kill the other, different enemy type. But since I'm on stream, I figured, you know, why bother with that. Now, if I'm in the same room as multiple enemies, yeah, like this right here, I killed the little goblin guys first, and now I'm killing the blue ones, the blue slimes. So that is interesting. Even though these aren't the same blue slimes as what I just fought in the other room, killing them does not break my chain. It does not add to the chain, though, either. It does break the chain if it's a different monster, though. So you can bait these guys out by running close-ish in front of them. Pretty sure the dungeons were the part that made you stop playing, yeah. You can technically beat the game without ever going into the dungeon, but it's, the game's meant to let you... The game's meant to play in the dungeon. But yeah, the dungeon is not the best. Yeah, the game is balanced for you to go dungeon crawling, and unfortunately, the dungeon crawling is like the worst part of the game. I think it's okay. Again, the item shop management's the part of the game that I actually want to play, so... Oops. Early. Yeah, I decided to skip this chest until I killed the enemy, because I don't know if it's booby-trapped or not, so it's not, so we're good. Well, we could have, and that could have been dangerous. If I spawned in more enemies while I was fighting another enemy, that could have been bad. Hey, we got some iron armor. So that's the blocking thing that I was talking about earlier. The guy was doing no damage to me with his projectile because I was facing him. And one of the things I really like in Recettear is how your adventurers have item and equipment. When they come to your shop to buy things, they will permanently equip items if they are a better item. You can also just bring in items for them to wield with you into a dungeon, but the issue of bringing in items with you into a dungeon is that if you die in the dungeon, you lose those items. Oops, I'm an idiot. Oops. I was not moving in a straight line right there, that's why it hurt me. I was kind of moving at an angle, so it didn't count as me moving in his direction. Well, we already shit. We maximized our inventory, or got too much stuff in the inventory. I'll get rid of the muffler I think we have. I think grapes might be like one of the rarest items you can get in this dungeon, so you know, that's nice. It's not the greatest item in the game or anything, but you know... Damn it! I did it again! Yeah, I was like, why not just go ahead and use my one walnut bread if I'm about to get another one? I don't think there's a boss in this dungeon, right? I am looking for another treasure chest, though, before I leave. Well, you know what? No, it doesn't matter. It's not like treasure chests in the first dungeon, the tutorial dungeon, are all that good anyway. This is... Did I do it? I did, didn't I? Time for you to go. Ciao. All right, Layden, thanks for coming by. Be safe on your way home. I did it! I cleared the Hall of Trials! Oh, sweet mystery of life, now you'll give me money! Way to go, Louis! Recettear, this is all thanks to you guys. This is all well and good, but there is a treasure chest just ahead. It behooves us to investigate thoroughly. Tyr, you really do like going for the money, don't you? What? I do not spout such foolishness. There is no need to treat me like a flying ball of greed. Hey, hey now. I love me some treasure too. Don't worry, Tyr. I feel you on this. Really, you two completely misunderstand me. So, the contents of the chest? Huh. Give me just a second. Hey. Wow, cards. So, this is an Adventurers Guild card. Here, Recette, take one, like we promised. Huh? Oh yeah, okay. While you did promise to give us your card eventually, we are not so crass as to demand your very first card. You really should think about who you want to give your first. Dear. Phrasing, please. No, I want this. Recette, I beg of you, please, take my very first card. I'd love to, thanks, Louis. Awesome. I can't wait to adventure with you two some more. Really now, young people. Here, what's this thing that just showed up? Yes, that is commonly referred to as a I mean, a door of return, Yeah, I think she was about to say Goho M. It was a reference to Shin Megami Tensei, I believe. Is it Shin Megami Tensei? I can't remember now. I think it is. If you enter that door, you can return to town in an instant. This one has appeared because we have cleared the dungeon. But they are often encountered during normal exploration too. I believe they usually appear roughly every 5 levels or so. But wait, if we take this back to town when we're halfway in, don't we have to start all the way at the beginning again? Not at all. You can always head back to the floor that had the door in it. In fact, if you do not use a door, you do have to restart. So, if we find a door, we should always use it? Almost always. If we need to rest or unload, then we should use the door. Remember though, returning home takes time. Furthermore, leaving ends the current contract with our companion, and we would have to choose to rehire him or choose a new one. If there is something specific in a dungeon that you desire, you can simply ignore the doors and press onward. Alrighty then, I think we have to go home now. Quite so. Just to be sure in the future, please try to avoid referring it to as going home, okay? Okay? Yeah, so after this point, we have to pay adventurers to actually go on, well, dungeon diving for us. So because we did that, we are actually now, as y'all can see up in the top left corner, we are in the 3rd slice of the day. I'm gonna go ahead and sell some stuff, though, open up shop, because, well, I mean, why not? This would be the best time of the day today to do this, so yeah. Now, I never recommend putting up treasures or materials. These ingredients. Anywhere on their store. Sometimes treasures are good, but most of the time they are not. So, let's get back to the best part of the game again. Hello. This is for sale, right? Oh, wow, he's actually picking up the grapes. I wasn't sure if anybody would do that this early in the game. So one thing I will mention, if you have something on a display case, if somebody picks it up and brings it to you, then it means that they can afford it at its 100% base price. That does not mean that if I were to increase it, that they would be able to then afford it. Basically, we want to maximize our profit, but if the customer doesn't have a lot of money on him, we might have to sell it at 100%. In this case, I'm pretty sure this guy starts out with like 3,000 gold, or pigs or whatever. So it should be fine to do this. Okay, near pin again. And I got a just combo of 2. Now the just combo is how many successful sells you have in a row without having somebody either walk away from the buy or trying to haggle with you. Been looking for one of these. Let's go with 750 gold. That's also near pin, and now my just combo was 4. It was 2 in the first sell. And I'm hoping Louis will pick up the iron armor, but I don't know if he can afford it. Nope. Okay. See, 104? Okay, near pin again, and my just combo is 8 this time. So you can speed level your merchant level by having many successful purchases or sells in a row. And by getting the just combo or the near pin. Or not just combo, the near pin or the exact pin or whatever it's called. My wife asked me to pick this up. There we go, just combo. That is what it's called, or just bonus anyway. I am now level 2. As you level up your merchant level, you unlock more mechanics for the game. Well then, you seem to have developed a basic understanding of how to sell things to people and not drive them to burn the shop in anger. Yepperoni, easy as pie. Being a truly great store owner involves more than selling things, however. Sorry. I had a hiccup all of a sudden. There are times when people want to sell items to you as well. Really? I suspect we will begin to get such offers soon. But I already buy stuff from the guild in the market, so why should I worry about buying stuff from the customers? There's one major difference between a guild and a market purchase and a purchasable item from an individual. Individuals do not have set prices. In other words, you can haggle as well as you do when selling. Haggle down, that is. Oh, so I can get stuff really cheap. That seems like it'd be pretty hard. Fundamentally, buying and selling are not all that different. The customer will show you an item they wish to sell, set a price, and perhaps negotiate. Obviously, you will you wish to pay less than the base price of the item. Okay, so buy low, sell dear, right? Just so. That is the very core of a successful business. Now then, shall we practice? The fundamental procedure is the same as when selling. KO. Welcome, Recette. Would you be willing to buy this from me? Let's see. Press down. Let's see. What do we do? I shall buy it for 800. Excellent. This is a good price level. Now then, let us practice haggling over the price a little. The concept is essentially the same as selling something. Now that you have offered a price, you believe this to be fair. Adjust your offer until they agree to sell it to you. Okay. Let us begin then. Could you offer me a little more? I think it will be worth a lot. So sometimes you can actually just suggest the same thing back to the person and they'll accept it. But in this case, since it's the tutorial, yes, between 50 and 70% of the base good is a good target. You will gain an item to give... You will gain an item to sell without giving up too much money. And that is essentially how it goes. You seem to have a decent enough grasp of it. Well, let us put the theory to practice again. I will sell you. I think we're good here. Anyway, I misspoke earlier. I said that you could buy things from the market. Or you should buy things from the market either early in the morning and late at night. The market's closed at night. The Merchant's Guild's open, but the market is not. And eventually, we'll have events that we can go and see around town. Helps build up the bond between the characters and whatnot, but you don't have to worry about that right now. So, the base price of the longsword is 1,200. I don't know what the actual percentage is of the markdown for buying it wholesale from the Merchant's Guild. But as you can see here, the purchase price is 840. So whatever that percentage is, that's how much of a discount you get for buying things from the Merchant's Guild. Now, I do think it is a good idea to have one of every item eventually, because, well, eventually your customers are going to come in and ask you if you have a specific type of item. And if you don't have it on you, it could break your chain. That being said, I still don't want to go too high just yet. Maybe like one of these in case Louis wants to buy it. And try to keep my purchases below 1,000, except for that one sword that I just bought. I think that's good enough, actually. Let's just go back. Exceeded expectations. My profits are in the negative, guys. Now, when do the news flashes start? Recette, may I have a moment, please? Sure, what's up? Concerning the debt, I have a suggestion concerning its repayment. You do? Paying it all back at once is wholly beyond your means. So I recommend smaller weekly payments to slowly chip away at it. Wholly beyond, you know, you never told me how big Papa's debt is exactly. That is because he would faint if he found out. For now, it is a secret. I'd faint? As the store begins to build up steam, we will increase payment size. The repayment date nearest to the current date, along with the amount due, will be displayed on the calendar in the main menu. Please be sure to check it regularly. Kea, I'll keep an eye on it. So, first payment is 10,000 pix. Second one I think is 30,000, then I think it's 80,000, then I think it's like 200,000 or 300,000. And then it's 500,000, I believe. Do I have any more food? No. I'm just gonna focus on increasing my capital today. I might go back to the dungeons afterwards. Not today, but maybe like day 4. I don't know. Maybe I will. Well, we shall see. Welcome. If you need anything, just ask. How much is this? Let's do 540. Hey, just bonus. Nice. What I'm mostly concerned with early on in the game is my merchant level. And if you lose, like if you don't pay back, or if you don't meet your payment, you go back, I think, to the beginning of the game, but I believe you keep your merchant level. I can't remember what else you keep, but I know your merchant level. I'm pretty sure your merchant level you keep. I want this. So these little girls are brats, and sometimes they just refuse to actually buy what they're wanting. And they will, but they don't have a lot of spending money. I mean, they're little girls after all. And they do not like spending all that much money. I was really hoping that Louis would buy that, but maybe he'll buy the armor. I don't know if Louis has enough money for the armor, actually. Why do you need scrap armor? Little girl? What? This combo. Level 3. Awesome. Yeah, I think everything I had was too expensive for Louis. I need to start selling Louis a whole bunch of just like cheap food. You seem to be more or less used to the basics of running an item shop. You think so? There is one more matter, however. You cannot always be certain that a customer will know what they want when they come in. Okay. This is now, because we went to level 3 merchant level, people will now come in and ask for specific types of items. So, I would have preferred doing this in the morning, but I didn't really have the money to do so. Oh, hold on. I love being able to relax in the plaza like this. You never seem to have trouble relaxing even when we're not in the plaza. Well, it's healthy, right? Say, Tyr, you came from a finance company, right? What on earth? Yes, that is right. I work for Terram Finance. So you're employed by them, right? What's it like? No, that is not quite accurate. I was contracted to Terram through another organization. Thus, I'm not really an employee per se. So you're just contracted? I'm surprised. You seem so... It is not that surprising. Almost all fairies in human society belong to a very specific contract agency. There are, of course, a few free agent fairies out there as well, and so that's how it works. Yes, to tell the truth, it can be difficult for fairies to find employment in human societies. So, the agencies were founded an age ago in order to help facilitate fairy livelihoods. That's amazing. Quite. So, let's go and buy some stuff from here. First things first, let's buy some food. Because, you know, food's kind of popular with people. I will buy at least 2 books, and that might be as much as I can afford. I'll buy a muffler. Louis sometimes comes in and asks for something warm. Not a huge fan of buying necklaces, so let's not worry about that. Okay, it is now midday again. Holy cow, it's late. Time seemed to fly by today. Speaking of time, I plan on doing... Oh, okay, this is just explaining the pies, the slices of the day. So we will do this. This. Let's put a book here. Like I said, books tend to bring people in. And so does food. Eventually, you'll be able to actually customize your item shops, the wallpaper, the floor, and the types of counters you have. And that does change the atmosphere of your store and brings in certain types of clientele. Hey, Louis. Okay, I figured you would want some food. I do not remember how much money he starts out with, but he's really poor, so... Got some food? I do got some food, sir. Here's an apple. A single apple is more expensive than an entire loaf of bread. A hat. Do I have any hats? So unfortunately, if I don't have one, which I do, but if I did not have one, I would have to tell him nothing, and then it would break my selling chain, so my experience wouldn't be increasing as fast. So yeah, I think all these game mechanics are very good. And it's all from a little indie game from Japan. They have put in a lot of thought into this game. One of the reasons why it's like one of my favorite, it probably is my favorite indie game. I don't know. Only 2 people came today. That's too bad. Well, at this slice, I guess. Oh, did y'all see that heart that came up next to him? That means that his trust level increased with me. He's gonna bring more money now. I'm not sure why the guildmaster buys stuff from us. Doesn't he have access to all the guild's wholesale items? When do we have news flashes? Let's see. Encyclopedia item status? Status. It's probably status? No, it's not status. I'm pretty sure there's a oh, hold on. It's not in the main menu. It's inside of tier, I believe. More items. So at this place, okay, so once we get to level 4, we can start buying more items from the guild. And then we unlocked item crafting, changing wallpapers, events orders, change. So the news flash system is not tied to the merchant guild or the merchant level, really? I think I'm actually going to go into the dungeon today. Now, one thing I should mention... Oh, it's a Sunday, never mind. If you go into one of these areas and then to the Adventurers Guild, it actually progresses your time by 3. Because this takes 2, and all these take 1. There's an event at the town square, though. Let's see. Yes. No. Huh? That's Louis. What in the name of heaven is he searching for over there? Hey, let's go ask. Why do I get the feeling that I would much rather not get involved? Louis, hello! Oh, Recettear, what's up? What are you doing, wandering around here? Well, I got hungry, so I decided to take a look and see if I could find some edible grasses or herbs or something. Why does this not surprise me in the slightest? But, I'm not sure which of these are edible, you see? Louis, if you eat that, you'll blow up your stomach. You can't eat those, but they can taste best if you clean them. Now, the plants with the soft leaves at the east end of the plaza, those taste the best. You should try them. How is it that you know so much about edible plants? Especially ones located here of all places. Thanks a ton, Recette. I owe you again. No problem. Remember to wash what you find. Why do I feel as though that is the least of his concerns? So, it is a Sunday, guys. The guild is closed on a Sunday. We can, however, go to the market. I still have some food. I have some books. I'll buy another window. Let's buy, I have some of those. Let me get the hats then, because we are out of hats now. Kind of want to buy this, but I know Louis can't afford it. Oh, another two of those. Let's open up shop. Put a book here. I already have a book here. Never mind. Sandals. This one right here actually might be too expensive for anybody. Could be affecting the people who are coming in too, maybe, but I'm not sure. Looking for something special? You want an apple? Here's an apple, little girl. They're looking for one of these. And they really like their hats, don't they? I assume, though I don't know this for certain, that different customers have a different weight for what kind of items that they want to buy. Level up, awesome. Louis, please buy well, I would like you to buy the iron armor. I don't think you can afford that. Food? Okay, Louis. Let's do like 104 gold or pips, whatever. Now I need to buy this from him, so I'm gonna pay for 60%. Yeah. I don't think anybody's gonna buy this, so maybe I'll do leather armor. Yeah, that's too expensive, so I'll do another laundry pull. If you sell too many of the exact same item, it'll actually crash the economy for that item. Food again? Louis, you just bought some food. Please, my dude. This is a present for my brother. I am gonna have to start making money though soon. Let's see. I might need to start selling slightly more expensive things in the bottom tier. Let's go with the wooden helm. Yes, give me 530 gold for this, please. Looking for a weapon. I'm not sure if you can afford the, oh wait, no, I already sold the longsword, didn't I? Hey, just bonus, awesome. Wonder if I'll get to merchant level 5. Now you're buying swords, Louis. Oh, look, his trust increased. So now Louis will start bringing in a little bit more money. I don't know if it'll be enough to actually upgrade his armor and weapon yet, but we can try and get him to buy some more. That being said, that's not going to be something I'll do today, probably. So I have more items I can buy now because I'm level 4. So let's go check that out, I guess. Even though there's more items for me to buy, people aren't going to be able to afford this. Big sis, wait! You walk so fast, wait up! That girl. Tear, is something wrong? Oh, no. It is nothing. Oh, you were looking at the sisters. Hey, Tear, do you think people see us? How do people do... whatever. Do you think we look like sisters? Given that I'm a fairy, I rather doubt it. Oh, right. Still, if we did, I'd be kinda happy. Really, why is that? Well, since I'm bigger, I'd be the big sister, right? Your logic, as always, is breathtaking in its faultiness. Yeah, I guess you would be the big sister. But that'd be really nice too, right, sis? Keep this nonsense up and I will leave you behind. Hey, wait for me! Oops. And it's not just the merchant guild that has more items to sell, the market does too now. There we go. Walnut bread and apples are now infinite. I'm thinking maybe I should just start focusing on selling taiyaki. I'll become a taiyaki shop. Let me buy 5 taiyakis. And maybe leave it at that. Taiyaki. Taiyaki. You know what? I will put the iron armor up here. Anything else? And taiyaki can sell for like 1100. Oh, nice. Let's do... Sure, this. Near pin. Close enough. I need to make sure I have 10,000 gold by the end of the week, though. Alright, good. I can unlock crafting, which I'm probably not going to make use of. Crafting is really annoying. No! I don't want to spend money. I mean, I will, but... 1,300? Oh, good. You trust me more, too. Bread, 110. Oh, that wasn't too bad. He actually liked that. His near pin, anyway. So they have 0 issues selling me beef bowls, but they refuse to actually buy my taiyaki. Can really use a weapon. How about this rusty dagger? Good. Oh, nice. That was a just bonus, too. I'll cut you some slack, Louie, although I really wish that you would have bought something earlier that would have actually increased your stats. Yeah, women and little girls are far more likely to try and haggle with you. I don't know what they meant by that, but it's true. Your grandfather wanted you to sell his cherry after he passed in case you were ever in a tough time? Okay. I love the dialogue in this game, but some of this stuff... Here's an ancient cherry. So 128 is the maximum that you can get from one of those bonuses, unfortunately. Oh no. Oh no, I don't have any hats! This does not count as a hat, I believe. That's not what I wanted. Lame. If I had a hat, I could have probably got the rank 7. And change wallpapers. I'm about to unlock advanced orders, too. Oh, nice. He's actually buying this. Near pin. Need a hat. I don't have any hats. I'm sorry. A weapon? I think I have 1 weapon left. Anyway, I think at this point I don't need to buy the lowest tier item for a bit. I need to focus on making money as well. It's just the first couple of days that I like to spend buying the lower tier items just to increase people's trust, so that then they'll bring more money with them. Unfortunately, when I start unlocking more adventurers, they're gonna have a very low wallet. How many days do we have left before we, what's the, 2 days. So, I would like to go back into the dungeon. I'm not sure how long that'll take, though. And I kind of need to end the stream a little bit earlier today, so I think I'll just go ahead and end it here. Next time I stream, we'll probably go into the dungeon and do the first payment. Which I have 7,800 right now. That's actually really good. Let me see right quick. How much does Louis cost? So Louis costs 550. I think the price scales with the level, but I can't remember. Yeah, it does. I am positive it does anyway. But yes, guys, so I will see you all again. I think on Wednesday I should be able to stream. But thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all again next time. This game is wonderful. Try out the demo if you've never played it before. Alright. See you guys next time. Bye for now.